waving the double team Wade. He's waving his arms. Come up and get the ball out of his hands, and it worked.
Well, here they are again. They're going to do the same thing. Now, this is a new look. They have not been doing this throughout this series. Let's see if they do it for an extended period of time.
11 Heat turnovers.
And bad mistakes.
Kicked by Nowitzki, so the shot clock was at 9.
Made a few.
Reset to 14.
Now, just
I've
watch
had
the
my
chance.
shells and kicks in my face, but I've come through. I need to go on, 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 on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world.
Just under 3 minutes remaining in the second. Dallas Mavericks fighting for their
taken
first
my
NBA championship. They're facing elimination.
My
They need 2 wins alone.
call.
As Dirk Nowitzki leading the way. A
You
10-point
brought me
advantage here in
fame
the
and
second.
fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the whole human race, and I ain't gonna lose. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. The champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. Oh, we are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions.
Put yourself in the paint and take advantage. And then also, they're not going to allow over-the-back offensive fouls trying to get to the glass.
Williams gets inside. Haslam with a hand in his face. Udonis Haslam, 8 points and 5 rebounds.
He can make that shot, that 15, 18-footer.
And Terry misfires. Wade the rebound. Wade right at Daniels. Tough shot. Count it. And a foul.
Oh, my. Yeah, first of all, Daniels played them too soft all the way down. Now, if you keep backing up, he'll keep moving forward. And then you just do not do a ticky-tack foul. If you're going to foul him hard, get his arm so that he doesn't get up on the shot.
Daniels saying, I didn't touch him. But they call a foul, and Wade will go to the line for the 6th time. Daniels has a seat. Devin Harris back in. And you see Wade piling up the points once again.
Now, Miami, in order to run at a high maximum potential for a game, they want to get to the foul line 30 times. In this series, they're averaging 34 foul shot attempts per game.
They've got 12 free throw attempts so far and only 2 for the Dallas Mavericks. 5-point game as we approach 2 minutes remaining in the second. Stackhouse. Wade tips it. Williams loves to run on the open floor. Wade's jumper. O'Neal.
Oh, boy. And you have to block out now. Now is not the time to fall asleep. When that shot goes up, you've got to get into Shaq.
And the Miami Heat come right back with a 7-0 run as Avery Johnson calls a 20-second timeout with 1:44 remaining. The lead's been as many as 14. Right now, it's down to 3. Thursday's ESPN's FIFA World Cup coverage continues with the United States at 9:55 a.m. Eastern. They need a win against Ghana to have a chance to advance to the next round. And then at 2:55 p.m. Japan will meet Brazil. World Cup action presented by Adidas. Jason Terry for three.
The problem right now for Dallas, everything is a jump shot. And when they go into that jump shot mode and shoot a poor percentage, no offensive rebounding, Miami coming right back and scoring quickly.
And you don't get to the free throw line.
That's right.
Only taking two here in the first half. Shot clock winding down. Wade spinning. Right back. And a defensive 3 seconds called against the Dallas Mavericks. So a technical foul. One shot for Miami.
This referee and crew has been very quick tonight. They are on top of everything. The zone calls, the 3-second calls, over the back in offensive rebounding. They are calling a tight game.
And again, the defensive 3 seconds, you can't stay in the paint defensively for more than 3 seconds unless you're guarding a man or within arm's distance or guarding position of an opponent. DJ Benga will check in. Benga got his first taste of the finals in Game 5. Dampier sits down. Dampier with 4 rebounds off the bench. Wade having another superb first half. He's shooting well, something he didn't do in the first 2 games here in Dallas. Walker to the basket, blocked for a goaltend. Benga should have let that go.
That's right. You always, in a situation like that, you know, make the player make the field goal. You see, right now this was a late shot block.
So Miami comes right back. The game of runs continues to be its 10th straight now for the Heat.
Well, they both have that ability.
Nowitzki wants the ball. Posey, though, with the steal. 3-on-1. Posey inside, and he draws the foul on Stackhouse. And Posey will shoot 2 to give the Heat a chance for their first lead of the first half.
Now, James Posey took off too early. You could see he had a strain to get the shot up. Now, this is good anticipation. He's playing the passing lane all the way. Instead of making the ball fake, Nowitzki would have been open. So he's too far away from the basket in order to get a good spin on the glass.
Stackhouse, meanwhile, picks up his 3rd foul. 29-year-old Posey in his first year with Miami. Played with Denver, Houston, and with you in Memphis. Has had 2 very good games in both games 4 and 5. But they can't hit the free throws. That's already 5 misses. They missed 17 free throws in Game 5 and still won. They took 49.
Yeah, it always comes down to the turnovers with Miami. You know, always 15 or more a game. And then it comes down to the poor foul shooting.
So Marquise Daniels back in. Stackhouse 3 quick fouls. Posey played big minutes in that overtime game. Played 44 minutes of a possible 53. And Miami with their first lead of the game. They trailed by as many as 14. Terry. Nowitzki, here comes the double. Terry winds up. That's a 3. Can't connect. Posey, excellent job tipping it to a teammate.
Good pitch out.
Here comes Williams. Fancy pass to Mourning. And Mourning right at Benga. Shot clock turned off. And the Heat up by 3. Miami Heat on some streak when they lead at halftime in the playoffs. Have a foul away from the ball. Not the penalty yet, so they'll take it out of bounds.
Now Walker tried to deny the pass to Nowitzki out here on the left wing, and in so doing, back right up into Nowitzki.
Nowitzki wants it. Final seconds. Nowitzki to the basket, left-handed, gets the roll.
Watch out for a long pass here now. A long pass, you can get in one dribble.
Williams fires it down. And that will end the first half. A terrific comeback from the Miami Heat. Shaquille O'Neal and the Heat on a 13-2 run. And they lead by 1. Alonzo Mourning with some big play off the bench. As Miami playing well on the road. They've had 25 consecutive playoff games when they've won when leading at the half. Although this lead, just a 1-point advantage as we go to Lisa Salters.
Thanks, Mike. Dwayne, you guys were down by 10 with 2 and some change left to go in the half. You go on a 13-2 run. What did you start to do differently?
Well, the reason we got out 10, we started turning the ball over. We had some careless mistakes, and they capitalized in a transition. So we stopped turning the ball over and put the ball up on the rim, and we hit some shots.
19 points for you. What more can you do?
Help my team win this game. And no matter which way I do it, as long as I help my team win this game, it don't matter what I do.
Good luck the second half.
Thank you.
Mike?
All right, Lisa, those boos you heard were the fans booing the officials as they went off the floor. After the break, we send it to Dan, Michael, and Mark for the T-Mobile halftime report and a look at the first half, plus Pat Riley's motivational techniques. Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Heat trying to win their first title. They lead by 1 at halftime.
Dallas Mavericks led by as many as 14 in the first half, trail by 1 at halftime in a must-win situation, Game 6. Contributions, Alonzo Mourning, 6 minutes, 6 points, including 2 in dramatic fashion. T-Mobile halftime report, Dan Patrick, Mark Jackson, Michael Wilbon. Tough to figure out this Dallas Maverick team. Every time you think they're in sync and ready to sort of showcase what they were during the regular season, they tend to find the banana peel. Why?
Avery Johnson has to be in the locker room right now shaking his head. Everything going well, a 14-point lead. Your superstar player, once again, playing like a superstar. 8 of 12, 17 points. They go away from him. Everything's going well. They go away from him. Does not touch the ball again until the lead is cut, and it's a 32-31 basketball game. You have to play through dirt, force them to double team, and then knock down open shots. They're getting great looks.
Every time Miami comes with a blast of energy, Dallas seems to be back on its heels. You mentioned Alonzo Mourning. I thought he provided that. How about Pat Riley going to the bench and for some real minutes? I mean, not just token minutes, but Alonzo gave them minutes, points, rebounds, activity defensively. And you're right. If Avery Johnson gets that kind of performance from Dirk Nowitzki, what do you go to next when you're down 1?
Let me ask you about Dwayne Wade, too. They talked about what they were going to do strategy-wise. They have no answer for Dwayne Wade.
If the Miami Heat win the championship, I'm voting for Dwayne Wade to get 2 championship rings because he will be the sole reason why they win it, taking over on the offensive end.
Prior to the game, Pat Riley said that he packed 1 suit, 1 tie, and 1 shirt. As Mark pointed out, he was hoping he packed maybe a couple pairs of underwear, as only Mark could. Fourth quarter of Game 3, the win. Miami on the verge of an 0-3 series deficit. Alonzo Mourning said Pat Riley got into the huddle, looked everybody in the eye, and then wrote down on his chalkboard, season. This is our season we're playing for. As Josh Elliott reports, Riley has a way of getting through.
Pat Riley once said, a champion needs motivation above and beyond winning. He motivated me by appealing to my pride. I had a lot of pride in what I did and how well I did it.
He does whatever he needs to do to try to get the team to win. He just uses whatever means he needs to do or whatever button he needs to push.
The reason why his motivation works is because you can tell it's from the heart. You can look at him and tell.
From his first years as a head coach with the Lakers, Pat Riley has been a grandmaster of motivation. His pushing and prodding of his players has become a form of high art. In the early 90s, Riley moved on to New York and later Miami, where his tactics have become more dramatic. Before a game in 1997, he drove his head into a bucket of ice water and held it there, imploring his Heat to give their last breath in pursuit of victory. This year, his lessons remained clear, even if his speech did not.
He had some training tape or whatever, and he just wrapped it around his mouth. He didn't say anything, and he just kept wrapping it around, and he was trying to talk, but we couldn't understand. His message was basically, I don't need to say anything for us, just to go out there and play hard.
That ability to connect at every stop has helped earn Riley Coach of the Year awards with 3 different teams. The only man in league history so honored.
You draw from his experience when he was the Lakers or Kentucky or anywhere that he's been. He might have read something that day and decided put it in his speech.
Earlier this season, before a playoff game in New Jersey, Riley told his team the story of his 1972 championship ring, won as a player with the Lakers. The ring was stolen from his home in 1973.
We got a call a week later from a pastor, and he said, "We think we have something that Mr. Riley would like." And my secretary said, "Well, what is that?" Well, a championship ring was put in the collection basket on Sunday.
Riley got his ring back. And the moral? Even from thieves, a champion commands respect. It's a message Riley is no doubt sent to his Heat.
He's probably going to put his head in the bucket. It's do or die, fellas. It's do or die.
Michael, you were critical of Pat Riley and some of the moves that he made, critical of him as a GM, but as a coach, your thoughts?
Well, you can't be as critical as a coach. I mean, if he wins this championship, he's going to join Alex Hannum and Phil Jackson as the only NBA coach to win with 2 different teams. As a personnel guy, looked bleak early, but not now.
He's getting guys that have been proven and they have something to play for. Question marks, but they sense the finish line. Give them credit when you talk about Peyton Walker and Mourning. Good job by Rouse.
T-Mobile halftime report continues. We'll take a closer look through the eyes of Jimmy Kimmel, of Shaquille O'Neal in the free throw shooting woes. The Heat, 1/2 away from their first ever championship.
Jimmy Kimmel. I hope you're enjoying what is a crucial game for both the Dallas Mavericks and the Miami Heat. If the Mavs do win tonight, Game 7 will be played on Thursday, and then the winner of Game 7 goes on to face Taylor Hicks to see who will become your next American Idol. It's very exciting. This has been an extremely physical series. Dirk Nowitzki, look at this, attacked an exercise bike viciously. Later, choked an elliptical machine. This guy was out of control. But the guy who gets beat up the most is Shaq. He's a target, first of all, because he misses a lot of free throws, which, to be fair, is understandable. You have to realize when you're as big as Shaq is, by comparison, the hoop is the size of a Spaghetti-O. And could you make a shot through a Spaghetti-O? No. Shaq is getting killed this series. Hack a Shaq has become such a popular strategy nowadays. Not only are we seeing it in the playoffs, it's starting to show up on playgrounds, too.
There's only one way you can beat the Shaq. You gotta use your body and give him a hand. Put him on the free throw line. So let's get busy. It's Hack and Shaq time. Hack and Shaq. Use a straight arm or a body slam. It's much more fun than watching the Zan. Invite all your friends so you won't be lonely. If you need some motivation, just pretend you're Kobe. Hack and Shaq.
Hack a Shaq. Available at toy stores everywhere.
And that's one of the many problems we have in this country today. Because those kids learn that and they grow up to become Mark Cuban. It's a vicious cycle. Enjoy the game or don't. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Join me tonight after Nightline with Ozzy Osbourne and a performance from Be Real featuring Travis Barker.
Dirk Nowitzki, 17 points, 8 of 12 from the floor, trying to hold off the Miami Heat. A must-win situation for the Mavs. Mike and Hubie with the second half.
Miami Heat trying to become the 3rd team in finals history to overcome an 0-2 deficit to win a title. The Mavericks trying to force the Game 7. We're at halftime and the Heat by 1. Hi again, everyone, with UB Brown, Mike Green on hand. Game 6 of the NBA Finals, you need your stars to be stars. Both did that for each team in the first half. as Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade really perform well.
Well, they've really led their teams, Mike, and we know that it is a game of runs up and down. Now, Dirk Nowitzki, he needed to have that big first quarter. He came in smoking. At the half, we know that he is 17 points and then shooting a nice 8 for 12 from the field. Now, Dwayne Wade, very quiet for the first 10 minutes. Only 2 shot attempts, no field goals. Has exploded for 19 points since this period of time. 6 for 10 from the field, just putting together an excellent half. Now, there's the 19, 6 for 10. And then Wade getting to the line. Dirk is okay with the points, but then, unfortunately, no free throw attempts as of yet.
Let's send it over to Lisa Salters.
Well, Mike, Heat assistant Bob McAdoo said we cannot play at their pace. They have 19 fast break points, and most of those points came off our turnovers. We've got to slow the game down and take better care of the basketball. I said you guys could be 24 minutes away from a championship. What did Pat tell the guys in the locker room? He said, we're on the road. It's not going to be easy. If you want it, you got to take it. Now with more on the Mavericks, let's send it over to Stuart Scott.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. You know, you might think that Avery Johnson would be very upset that they lost double-digit leads twice, but Avery said that his team has come out and they played hard. He says we have had halves like that before where we had a big lead and lost it, but he's pleased with the effort they've given. At the end, he told me, I just want them to see them like I see them, and I see them as champions. Mike?
All right, Stuart. Antoine Walker, good drive to the basket. And lead for Miami through.
Now, we had a run right at the beginning, right at the end of that half, 13-2 by Miami. You add 2 here, we're on a 15-2 spot.
And an offensive foul call. Josh Howard slow to get up, but he set the moving screen, and Howard has picked up his 3rd.
Now, right now, 2 guys have got to step up for Dallas. All right, Howard is 3 for 11, and then also Stackhouse 2 for 17. So 2 key scorers here are 5 for 18. Now we know Nowitzki is off to a good start, and so is Terry.
Howard and Stackhouse, the only players in the game with 3 fouls as we begin this 3rd quarter. O'Neal. And Nowitzki the rebound.
Now every time that Shaq turns to the baseline, he's had an open shot, or he's gotten to get to the foul line area.
Kevin Harris. Cherry wide open. Hits the 3, and there's a foul. Count the 3-pointer, and then Wade is going to be called for a foul. So Wade picks up his 2nd. Devin Harris is the one hit, so Harris is the one who'll shoot the 1 free throw.
Now let's look down on the baseline, see what happens there. He just ran right through the screen. A beautiful screen on the baseline by Devin Harris, and then Dwayne Wade just ran right over him. That was an easy call.
Wade now with 2 personal fouls. This is only the 3rd free throw attempt for the Dallas Mavericks.
Devin Harris had a solid first half until he turned the ball over 3 times. That's the reason why he went to the bench.
Meanwhile, Jason Terry continues to come up huge for these Mavericks. He's got 16 points. And Howard with another deflection and steal. That's his 4th steal of the game.
Good anticipation for the kick out to the corner.
Howard, tough shot. And O'Neal rips it down. Shaquille O'Neal has 9 boards. Wade, so effortless. And lead back up to 2.
It's difficult if the screener, the man playing the screener, is not going to get up and help. He'll just come off that screen and he's open.
Nowitzki. Maybe got away with an extra step. But he draws the foul. Nowitzki's played a good, aggressive, physical game. And he'll shoot 2.
And just keep an eye right here. Now watch as he goes right in the area. And when he comes into the middle of the floor, you've got to close up on him. Now at this end, Dirk is pushing. He's trying to get to the rim, and he's trying to get to the foul line. I give him a lot of credit because he continues to attack.
Haslam, the first Heat player with 3 fouls. Nowitzki, who turned 28 years old yesterday, and has talked about not having what he calls a great game so far in the finals. The shooting numbers have been down, but he felt he was due. Although, again, it's not so easy when the defense is geared toward taking the ball out of your hands, when you see double and triple teams.
Well, you're seeing every time that he puts the ball down on the floor with the hard dribble, the 2 guys are coming right at him. Then they're rotating another guy into the lane, a potential shot blocker. 2
minutes into the 3rd, we're tied again. O'Neal, nice pass.
Nice design.
Wade lost the handle. And Josh Howard, who seems to be around banged up. It has been all Dallas. Peyton. Walker drive, nice feet inside the morning, count it, and a foul. Again, when Walker takes it to the basket, it's amazing how things seem to turn out positive for Miami.
Well, Mike, one of the very few times this evening, though, that we see that, where someone will dribble down into the paint when the defender comes, drop it off, and allow one of the big men to get it done. They have done an excellent job in playing the defenders for 3+ quarters here, and then staying at home with Shaq and staying home that morning, so they did not give up the dunk.
Warren getting some extra minutes with O'Neal on the bench. Just over a minute gone by here in the fourth. Free throw shooting. The Heat have missed 9. 13 of 24. That certainly hasn't helped them. Hasn't made a difference in this game, but they've just been awful from the line the first 2 games.
Oh, it puts a lot of pressure on you in the next game, you know, that you got to step up here and shoot a decent percentage, especially at home.
Harris, shake and bake move, nice pass, but Jock loses it out of bounds.
Good defense that time by Miami, recovered. Now, let's look at Dallas. We all know that they have a very productive bench. The bench has contributed 36 points. Now, we know in this series, they rotate 5 guys. Miami only rotates 3. But right now, Jerry Stackhouse up there with 19 points with this group, and they're all putting numbers up.
Wade goes right at Jop, and Jop commits his 4th foul. This is exactly what Miami would want to see. Go to the free throw line, score some points with the clock stopped. Wade 6 of 8 from the line. Avery Johnson might have to tell his team that score is tied again. A reminder, the FIFA World Cup continues Monday at 11:55 a.m. Eastern on ESPN2. The United States will play their first game against the Czech Republic. ESPN and ABC, your home for every game of the 2006 World Cup, presented by Adidas. Fans behind the basket trying to distract Wade. These fans have been just so much fun to watch. So into it, their team in their first NBA Finals. It'll be the same thing Tuesday when we go to Miami. The Heat, of course, in their first NBA Finals. That's been a great atmosphere as well. Boy, will the Heat need that.
You're down 18. You still have 10 minutes to play here right now. But it has to come defensively, and you must hold Dallas to 1 shot attempt.
Mavericks wisely taking their time. Shot clock winding down. Howard finds a seam. Offensive foul. That is the 4th charge that James Posey has drawn here tonight.
He's done a terrific job, and you could see him setting it up. He left this man and he came over. Now just watch to the right of your screen. See him come over? He anticipated that all the way.
That's 5 fouls on Howard, and he sits down.
Now you come down and you score here right now, whether you get a 2 or a 3. You got 9 minutes, over 9.5 minutes to go. You know that you can make a run, but can you do it in this type of an atmosphere? Can you get Wade and Shaq off to score you some points?
Posey gets a look, can't put it down. Wade the rebound, goes right back up, and he got hammered. And Wade will go back to the line for 2 more.
See, this is something that you talk about at playoff time, and that is, can you get offensive rebounds? Now we know that Miami has struggled all night. They're shooting in the 30s. There have been a ton of offensive opportunities. That is their 5th offensive rebound in this game. So give Dallas, not only are they playing the double teams, are they playing well off the dribble, they are doing a terrific job on their defensive board.
So Wade knocks down the first. Wade hanging in there. He has become more than just a basketball player. Gets to go to some very interesting celebrity events. Got a lot of flack from his teammates from being one of the most beautiful people. And part of it is, again, Yubi, it's not just the fact that he's so talented, but his goal is just to win. He is an unselfish, humble superstar that works as hard as anybody on the team in practice day after day.
Well, you talk to the coaches and players, they'll all tell you, he's humble, he listens, he does the right thing, and the biggest thing is he's the hardest worker on their team.
And he has not given up tonight. Team is within 16. The largest lead was 27. There's still over 9 minutes left. Nowitzki spinning. Harris can't get it to fall. Tip out by Dampier.
Great job by Dampier. See, that's one when you're making a comeback move that you must get that. You must get that loose ball and then come down and who knows? You look at it, you say you're 16, who knows? You come down and make a three or a basket, get you back in the ball game. Instead, a terrific effort by Dampier. You get the basketball, you can run some time.
Avery Johnson calls time. The Heat have scored the first 8 points of the fourth, and they've cut it to 16.
Thanks for watching ABC Sports.
Home of the NBA Finals.
Welcome back to the American Airlines Center in Dallas. The Dallas Mavericks leading the Miami Heat. A whole lot to a little bit here in Game 2 of the NBA Finals. The benefit of having a young billionaire owner who can relate to the desires of young millionaire players is state-of-the-art amenities. A new-age locker room for the Mavericks where every individual locker room comes equipped with its own flat-screen TV, its own Sony PlayStation 2 video game, stereo, DVD player, receiver, Sennheiser headphones, and right outside the locker room, a contemporary weight room complete with the massage table. By the way, a massage therapist named Gary Fineski, a.k.a. Fingers, travels with the team. There's a pool table, a large flat-screen TV. It's kind of like home, and the amenities extend outside the locker room. This is the visiting bench. You know, standard chairs, decently soft. Okay, but this is the Dallas Maverick home team bench. Think first-class deluxe airtight seats, cushiony, soft leather. It's something called ergonomic. Mike, I can't spell it. I'd, be out of the Scripps National Spelling Bee, but basically ergonomic means built for big, tall people who want to be really, really, really soft.
All right, so that's all part of the home court advantage, Jimmy, that's been in the NBA since its inception.
Well, it's the perks and also the attraction for free agents. Guys that come here, they've done a terrific job. All Mark Cuban. The way they travel, he's upgraded every facet of this operation.
Dampier does a good job tipping it away from Warner. Boy, Dampier making a lot of little plays. Harris can't get it to fall. Dampier shot won't go. And Wade the rebound.
Dampier right now with 11 rebounds and 6 points. And with he and Jopp, they've done a terrific job.
There's Walker. Walker on the drive. Boy, lots of contact there. Bad pass. Stackhouse with the save.
4-on-2.
Terry. Boy, they needed that bucket just to hold off Miami. It's back up to 18.
Well, it's an interesting thing in the NBA. When you go down and you have an opportunity to score a driving layup, you do not get the call or you miss the shot. It's amazing how fast the opposition scores, usually within 3 to 4 seconds.
And Devin Harris, his ball denial on Dwayne Wade, trying to get it. And Harrison making it difficult. Blocking foul on Harris. That's the 4th team foul.
Give Darren Harris a lot of credit. He anticipated well that time. He was looking for the spin move.
If you're wondering what's the biggest comeback in NBA playoff history, it was 21. Antoine Walker was in that game. He played for the Celtics back in the 2002 Eastern Conference Final. They were trailing the New Jersey Nets by 21 going into the 4th quarter. Walker's team came back. He gave this big, passionate speech to his team. Between the 3rd and the 4th quarter, they came back and beat the Nets. As Walker gets inside, blocked by Dampier. Steve Javie said, I didn't see it. Whose ball? Stay the same way.
Terrific block. Terrific block, Mike. Dampier is all over the place. He's maximizing his potential. He's been extremely physical. And just watch as he comes out of here. We know that, he and Jopp are 2 of the top 10 shot blockers in the league.
Nice. Wade gets inside. Nice adjustment, but can't get it to fall. Tip won't go. Mourning gets the rebound. Stripped but fouled by Griffin. By the way, Keith Van Horn was on that Nets team that lost that huge lead. As O'Neal staying on the bench. Only 5 points, 6 rebounds, and 29 minutes for Shaquille O'Neal. You see the finals lows. Again, his numbers are not what they used to be, and that's not his role anymore, but he was just ineffective here tonight, and the Mavericks defense a very big part of that.
The multiple defenses, give the Mavericks all the credit. They did a terrific job in the double teaming. They did an excellent job in the zones. They changed up people on them. They kept the fresh centers alternating. and it made it extremely difficult for him to even get a shot, and then also to even catch a pass.
You know, though, that he wants to come back in the game. Mourning getting an opportunity, and Mourning knocks it down. 9 points for Mourning. 16-point game, just under 7.5 to play.
Well, this is what Riley was hoping for. He's hoping that the guys that he left out on the floor that would make it, come play tough defense, lower it, give us some hope here.
Nowitzki, tough shot. Got banged, falling away, off the dribble, and the 7-footer puts it in.
Now that's the part that you love it. He can make a bad situation into a great situation because of the ability to get up and make them tough shots.
Mourning with a tough shot. He's in double figures. But the Heat can't afford to exchange buckets right now.
Right now, Dallas has, Stackhouse and Dirk out there along with Terry. Three tough scores.
Nowitzki, and he got fouled. And here again, you see the expanded game of Dirk Nowitzki, no longer just a shooter. He can put it on the floor, he can take it to the basket, and he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Now coming into this, the 28 points and the 12 rebounds, and he is constantly taking it strong off the dribble. And throughout the playoffs, he was averaging over 10 foul shot attempts, and he's keeping the pressure on Miami. Yeah, I know Haslam did a good job on him. Posey does a nice job on him. But once he makes that catch, he's attacking the rim.
Just a slow development throughout his career. He was a first-round pick back in 1998. The Milwaukee Bucks took him, number 9, and then traded him to Dallas for Robert Tractor Trailer. And certainly for the Mavericks, one of the great trades in NBA history. He struggled a bit at times in his rookie year. Don Nelson, who was the coach, then said he was going to win Rookie of the Year. Put some pressure on him. He wasn't ready for that. But he's ready for anything right now.
First team All-NBA 2 years in a row. And then also third in the MVP voting.
Perfect pass, Jason Williams. 88-72, 16-point game. As we approach the midway point here in the fourth. Poked away by Posey. At least from a Heat standpoint, you like the way they're fighting and scrapping after being down by 27.
Well, they really got to a number of times tonight trying to one-on-one Dirk on the right side of the floor. And they've done it by movement and also by screens and then sending the ball right back to him, allowing him to work.
He's got to put up a 3. Short. Shot clock was winding down. Heat will try to push. Williams fires a 3. Won't go. That's a quick shot. Loose ball foul and a timeout. Just past the midway point of the fourth, Dwayne Wade and the Heat were down by as many as 27, trying to make a comeback, but it's still the Dallas Mavericks in control, looking to go up 2-0 in this best-of-7 series. Summer, ABC is taking competition to the extreme. Each week, contestants with one-of-a-kind skills will compete in outrageous events like the handstand sprint. Master of Champions. The series premiere June 22nd, only on ABC. Over 5.5 remaining. Mavs comfortably in front. Wade still on the bench along with O'Neal. Those two have had long nights here in game 2. Payton strips Stackhouse. Walker sets for 3. Antoine Walker from downtown. And this is the closest the Heat have been the entire second half. They're back within 13.
Okay, when you're running like that, that was a great decision by Gary Payton. He had Posey up the front, but it would have necessitated an incredible pass. He went to the trailer and the three-point shooter.
The Heat playing much better defense. Nowitzki, there's the double team. Griffin on the fake. Griffin inside, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Dampier, and the Heat get it back.
Pat Riley is staying with the guys who made the run. Most pro coaches will do that, reward them for the fact that they never gave up when they hit the floor down over 20 points. He's rewarding them, and they're playing well together as a group defensively, and they're making good decisions at the offensive end.
Jason Williams looking for Mourning. He's tied up. Walker spinning inside, left-handed, can't get it to fall. Good move, but a poor finish.
Yeah, Dirk played that well. The big thing was not the foul.
Terry misses the 3, but Nowitzki with another rebound, his 16th of the game. Posting up Payton. Hard drive. Blocked for the foul.
Yeah, Mourning was late that time. Mourning tried to help out. That was a beautiful spin move by Dirk. And as he came back out in front of the rim, Mourning was just late getting there. Now this is a read. Now just look to the top. You'll see him coming down in there. See, just missed that. You always know that when Alonzo's on the floor, he'll go for the shot block.
Nowitzki knocks down the first. Nowitzki and Avery Johnson have proved to be a terrific pair. Johnson has really gotten Nowitzki to improve his game as Wade's going to come back in. You see Wade is 4 of 15, and O'Neal has been a non-factor.
Now this is a big story. You know, you look at those numbers, and you have to say, yeah, the Dallas defense did a fantastic job. And now in the next day or so, Miami's got to come up with some solutions here to make the game easier offensively for Shaq or Wade. Pat Riley is shooting all the marbles right now. He brought in Wade because he needs another guy who can get some points.
Williams inside. Wade kicks it back out. Posey will try a three. Knocks it down. Posey puts it in. And it's a 12-point game. Still 4 minutes remaining.
Plenty of time. It is good basketball. And a big thing with Dallas, they got some decisions here. You want to run clock, but you also do not want to get yourself in a position where you run clock and end up with a low percentage shot.
Crowd very anxious right now. Terry Harris. Harris on the drive. Banks it in. Count it. And a foul. Posey tried to draw the charge, but a blocking foul and a chance for a three-point play. That is a big bucket from Devin Harris.
Big play by Devin Harris. See, he's not a three-point shooter. He's not going to take anything wide. So what he's doing, he'll catch that and put it down and drive hard to the basket. We told you, he plays the backboard beautifully.
And converts the three-point play to put it back up to 15. Crowd exhales for a moment. Good defense from Harris. And just bumped him a little bit.
And you know, Mike, he played him beautifully. He played him from way out high, foul line extended. He beat him to the baseline. He really defended him well. Look, see, he recovered there. Very quick feet. Plays him perfectly. Make him make the shot. Don't foul him and put him on the line.
This will be Wade's 13th and 14th free throw attempt of the game. As we saw in game one at the end, he was short on a couple, admitted he was tired.
See, he pulled back on that, Mike. You could see that was short as soon as it left his hand.
He missed 12 more free throws tonight, Ubi.
Yes. It's a major issue in the first two games, no doubt about it. The low field goal percentage, the low shooting of the threes, and then the horrendous foul shooting percentage.
Dallas has been up by double figures since late in the second quarter, up by as many as 27. The Heat have cut it to 12 as Posey called for foul, over-aggressive on his ball denial, and Posey is fouled out.
Now, see, that's a major loss, mainly because you lost Haslem with the shoulder injury. Now you lose Posey. They're your two main guys to defend Dirk Nowitzki as we go down and end this game.
He drew 4 charges, played some tough defense, but he's done in the NBA. 6 fouls and you're disqualified as Payton comes in. And Nowitzki will go to the line. Saying earlier how Nowitzki and Avery Johnson great together. One of the things Nowitzki has talked about with Avery Johnson, he's asked him a lot of questions about Tim Duncan. How did Tim Duncan practice? What did Tim Duncan say? How did he react to this? Of course, Avery Johnson played with Tim Duncan. They won a championship together with the Spurs. Nowitzki wanting to pick up as much as he can from another great player. Lead back to 16. Breathing room again for Dallas. Wade gets it back again and flips it in.
Yeah, that time Harris fell asleep that time. As soon as that shot went up, you got to put your body on Wade. He is a very active offensive rebounder.
And he never gives up on a play. Howard back in without his headband. Harris now fires away and connects. Heat look to push. Wade.
Oh, look at this.
Underneath. Quick bucket just like that. Back to 12 again with 2.5 to play.
When you play Miami, that's one thing that's in their arsenal. When the shot goes up, Wade will release on a number of occasions. You'll see that a lot of that when we move to Miami.
They've made a nice comeback, but they're still down by 12 and starting to run out of time. Nowitzki, shot clock winding down, falling away, puts it in. Dirk Nowitzki. 26 points, and the lead back to 14. Timeout, Miami.
This is just a great offensive player. What a terrific move. Just watch how he measures it up. Gives you the fake, comes right back.
Well, to win the championship would probably be the best accomplishment in my life.
This is what it's all about. It's got to come with me.
Back in Dallas, a reminder this summer you'll cheer their performances, but that's just the half of it. For the first time, follow the journey to stardom on and off the stage. The One, Making a Music Star, coming this July only on ABC. Shaquille O'Neal has been a star in this league for a long time and still is, but this is one night he would like to forget. O'Neal just 5 points, lowest ever in his NBA Finals career. Yes, there's a lot of credit. The Dallas defense did a tremendous job, but he has really struggled tonight. He's been sitting on the bench most of the second half.
Well, he's only played 27 minutes, Mike, so you can't score if you're sitting down. But give Alonzo Mourning a lot of credit, and Pat Riley stayed with Alonzo Mourning. He's already played 18 minutes. How about the 11 points, the 4 rebounds, and he's done an excellent job anchoring the defense of this group. So Pat Riley is staying with this 5 guys until Posey fouled out.
It'll be a playoff low for O'Neal as they get a jump ball. With 1:50 remaining, and the Mavs leading by 14. But the Heat, if they have any hope of coming back in the series, is Howard hurting. Howard's all banged up. He's got a couple of bumps and bruises. His right ring finger that he hurt in Game 1. He's got a sore left thumb that he hurt in the Western Conference Finals.
Well, his minutes have been limited. Now, we're talking about a guy who usually plays, you know, right up there in the high 30, 35, 38 minutes. He's only played 26 minutes himself in this game.
Wade looking for an opening on the drive. Wade inside. Tough shot, won't go. And Griffin the rebound. And Miami Heat are going to run out of time and try a strong comeback. Terry calls timeout with 17 on the shot clock. As Wade talking to Bob Delaney. Terry, another strong game. 1:34 remaining in the fourth. Mavs on the verge of going up 2-0 in the series. Dallas leading by 14 with 1:34 remaining. Miami, a terrific team on their home floor this year, so they'll look forward to going back home. They'll hope Udonis Haslem and his injured shoulder will be better. They'll need him. The Heat 8-1 on their home floor during the playoffs, during the season, regular season, 31-10. They're a different team at home. They need to get back there, UB. And the next 3, if there will be 3, will be in Miami, where it's been a raucous atmosphere.
Well, they played extremely well at home. They're 8-1 at home in the playoffs. And in the Detroit series, all 3 games in the building, they shot between 55 and 58%. Now, in the 2 games here, we know that they've struggled from the field. 37 in Game 1, 41 tonight as we close down. They've been extremely poor on the foul line both nights. So, and then the turnovers. So it's about them regrouping from an offensive standpoint and then figuring out how they're going to incorporate Shaq and Wade in this offense, because definitely the game plan tonight has been outstanding for Dallas.
Meanwhile, the Mavericks see 17 on the shot clock. That would leave them 1 second to get over half court. Right. But they called 2 consecutive timeouts, which enables them to advance the ball. So now they can just inbound. Smart move from Avery Johnson. Doesn't want to take a chance, even though this one looks all but over. And the Heat not fouling here, despite being down by 14. Terry on the drive. Harris, that's a 2-pointer. Devin Harris playing very well. He's in double figures. 1 of 5 Mavericks. And it's up to 16.
This is when they're at their best. They're in a season. 5 guys average double figures for this ball club. And they're very unselfish. And you can see tonight the defense at the end and the offense, the extra passes, and they're going to get up over 22 assists. So you got your total game going here tonight.
Dallas Maverick fans, they waited 26 years for their team to make the NBA Finals, and the first two games here in their city have been quite a success. As they'll go up 2-0, Nowitzki, three won't go. Shandon Anderson the rebound. Terry on the steal. They will head to Miami with a lot of confidence. This was a very impressive win, Rudy.
Right, they're going to Miami with a lot of confidence, and the fact that they're one of the best defensive teams on the road that we have in the league. They came in with the third best road record, 26 of 15 during the season, and they backed it up in the playoffs.
Stackhouse misfires. Shot clock's off. The final score will not be indicative of how the Mavericks dominated this game. The Heat give them a little credit for at least fighting back after down by as many as 27. But the Dallas Mavericks with a convincing victory once again here at the American Airlines Center. And they lead the NBA Finals 2-0 as they turn towards Miami. Shaquille O'Neal, the lowest scoring playoff game of his career. You know he'll be angry and ready to bounce back in Game 3, as will Dwayne Wade, who had his problems, but give much of that credit to some terrific Dallas defense. Let's send it over to Stuart Scott.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Dirk Nowitzki, you told me after Game 1, you admitted that you were a little nervous. What did you do to get rid of those nerves for this game?
Well, just the first game, get it out of the way. There was a long layover between the Western Conference Finals, the first game. So, you got anxious for 4 days. And, just due to all the things that got us here, played together as a team, be aggressive on the offensive end.
26 points and 16 boards sounds great. What sounds even more amazing is the fact that you helped Shaq take only 5 shots. What did you all do to keep him away from the ball?
I think it's a collective team effort. Nobody can stop Shaq in one-on-one. We all know that. We watched the Eastern Conference Finals, and he really tortured Detroit in the paint. And, it's a collective team effort. We got to help our big guys out, and I thought we did a decent job today.
All right, Dirk, nice game. Jerry Stackhouse, you guys were down 5 points early in the game. All of a sudden, bada bing, bada boom, a 4-point play from you, another 3. What did you all do to change it around?
Well, we just knew we had to push the tempo a little more. I mean, I think at the pace that we were playing and where the score was, it was in their favor. We had to try to force the issue a little bit. Fortunately for us, we got some threes to go down in the second half. Our defense picked up along with our offense.
A 2-0 lead sounds great, but what does it mean that you had a 27-point lead and they carved it back down to almost 10?
Well, in this league, we're in the finals. Everybody's good and everybody can make a run. 20, 30-point lead is nothing in this league with a team that can shoot three-pointers, and they're capable of shooting three-pointers. But I think we, late in the game, we held our poise and we executed and got this win.
Jerry Stackhouse, one of only 8 4-point plays in NBA Finals history. Mike, back to you.
Very impressive, very convincing victory for the Dallas Mavericks. Up by double figures from late second quarter on. And they now lead it 2-0. We'll be back after this timeout. Final score from Game 2 in Dallas is the Mavericks 99 and the Heat 85. ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. Search ABC Sports. Now the series shifts to South Florida Tuesday night. Join us for Game 3 of the NBA Finals live from Miami. Our coverage begins at 8:30 Eastern. Tip-off shortly after 9 Eastern. For more on tonight's game, go over to ESPN and check out Sports Center. So for UB Brown, Lisa Salters, Stuart Scott, producer Ed Fibershaw, director Drew Esikoff, and our entire ABC crew, this is Mike Green saying so long from Dallas. A long night for the Miami Heat as the Dallas Mavericks lead this best-of-7 series 2-0 as we head to Miami.